welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sammy and welcome to this week's What's for Dinner. I have 4 recipes in total. 2 of them I'm showing you how to make it from start to finish. The other 2 were part of collabs, so I will have the channels linked below in my description box. And good thing is about collabs, if you want some other meal inspirations, just click the playlist when you get on my video, which is also in the description box, and you can have so much more dinner inspiration. So, like I said, 2 recipes are the first 2. The collab videos are the last 2. So if you're interested in those and you want to see how I made them, just open up my description box and click the links. It's just that easy. So, all 4 recipes were pretty much simple, and they are our tried and true family favorites. So I really hope you enjoy this week's What's for Dinner. If you do, give me a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and turn that bell, or mash it as I always say, to on, so you're always notified of every new video that I post. And I really just want to say thank you all for coming back, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, let's get to cooking, shall we? Alright, so for this evening, actually this was morning before work, we're going to put beef tips in the crock pot. So this is what I have. I just got stew meat, cream of mushroom soup, beef consomme, onion, and beefy or mushroom onion soup mix, I believe. Yeah. So anyways, we're going to start out by spraying our crock pot, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my onion all diced up. That way I can go ahead and put that in the bottom of the crock pot. It kind of creates a barrier so the meat, don't sit on the bottom constantly. I don't want it to burn either. So that's what I'm going to do here. My face, they leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster. Alright, so we have the onions in the bottom, and now I'm going to go ahead and add in both packages of my stew meat and get that in there, and then I will go ahead and season that meat up too, and then I'll put in the beefy onion soup mix. No, I use the onion and mushroom soup mix in this, so I sprinkle that on top, and then I go ahead and get a bowl out and I mix together the cream mushroom soup with the beef of consomme and the beef consomme. I mix that in a bowl so it all gets evenly distributed. That way it's evenly placed over the stew meat. So that's what I'm gonna do here, and once I get that in there, I pour that over top of the stew meat, and then all I do is literally just put the lid on the crock pot, set it to low, and I let it cook all day while I'm at work. And you know what? By the time I get home, half of my dinner's already done. This right here is why I love crock pot meals. So let me know in the comments below, do you all like crock pot meals, or do you prefer, stuff you just make when you get home? For a working mama like me, especially in the fall, but anytime really, I love me some crock pot meals, and this one did not fail me, y'all. One by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. Dancing through the last days of September. Alright, so just like that, I'm back home from work. So it's about 9 hours later. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir all that together. And the beef was so tender in this that it literally started falling apart just by kind of stirring it. So while I just stirred that up, I'm going to go ahead and make these baby red potatoes instead of, standing in the kitchen and peeling and mashing. These are actually really, really good because they have like big hunks of dehydrated potatoes in them. So sometimes I like to use these, and I always zazz them up anyways, at the end, because try to make them taste more homemade-ish, if that's even a word. But I just season up my water and heavy whipping cream. I do equal parts to that. So that's what I did here. And when I bring it to a boil, you just add the contents of the packets and stir that up. You have to let it sit in, with a lid on for about 5 to 10 minutes so those potatoes can rehydrate. And then once it's out, I add sour cream and a little bit of butter to it, and then it's ready to go. Smile up on my
face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September.
All right, y'all, I have everything put in the bowl, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little view of that. And let me tell you something, this was so hearty and so good. And I just cut up some green onions and I just went ahead and put it on top, and it just gave another element to the whole dish. This was just, I don't know, it was amazing. I haven't had beef tips in forever, but this one definitely it didn't disappoint. And you can always make rolls or something with it. I just didn't want it because we already had the taters and stuff. So this was by far probably my favorite meal of the week. So, but anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Now let's move on to the next one, shall we?
Puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and...
All right, y'all. So for this meal, I wanted to go ahead and make tater tot casserole. It's one of our family's favorites, and this is just how I make it. I know there's several versions of it, but this is the tried and true method for my family. So I start by browning up some ground beef. I do use the 97.3 ground beef or the 90-10. That way I don't have to drain it, and it leaves just enough of the flavor in there to where you don't even have to worry about it. But go ahead and season up the meat like with whatever seasoning y'all want, but I always use nature seasoning and Cavender's. Y'all know that by now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and brown up this meat, and I will bring you back as soon as it's done.
Puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and...
Okay, so now that I have the burger all browned up, I'm gonna go ahead and add in a packet of the onion soup mix, and I stir all that together with some minced garlic. And once I have that all incorporated enough, that's when I go ahead and add in a large family size can of cream of mushroom soup. So I'll go ahead and add that into it, get that all good and stirred up and yummy. And I let that sit there while I get my pan ready with my tater tots. Now, this is where I tell you I do it a little bit differently too. So once this is set, I layer a 9x13 baking dish with a layer of tater tots in the bottom. Then I put my beefy mixture in between, and I put another layer of tater tots on the top. And then I top it with whatever cheeses I have available, but usually I either do like a Monterey Jack or a cheddar or a Colby Jack, something like that. Every once in a while, sometimes I'll even put like pepper jack in it, but that doesn't happen very often because, you know, a lot of people don't like, you know, more of a heat to it.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my...
So whatever cheeses you want on top of it, you know, whatever your family likes, that's what y'all need to stick with. But I believe I used a sharp cheddar and then a white sharp cheddar for mine. So that's what I go ahead and top it with, and then you put it in the oven and let it bake for, let's see, 30 to 40 minutes depending on your oven at 350 degrees. But I will bring you back when I get it taken out of the oven so you can see how wonderful it looks. Oh, and while that is baking in the oven, I just go ahead and heat up some of our favorite green beans. Of course, it's the Margaret Holmes seasoned green beans. Y'all really need to give these a try because they, oh my gosh, they're so good. And I know y'all probably get tired of hearing me say that, but these are probably the best green beans ever. Reminds me of homegrown canned green beans, like, you know, Mama's, and I don't know, they're just good. So try them if you were looking for a good green bean. All right, y'all, here it is, hot out of the oven, and it is still bubbling, and oh my goodness, this stuff is just so good. Like, if you like meat and taters, literally, you need to try this. But you can always use a different kind of cream of soup if you want to, if you don't like the mushrooms. I know some people don't, but that's what we prefer. But let me get it plated up for y'all. Okay, so here it is all plated up, and this is literally how we serve it every time. Sometimes we put sour cream on top of our tater tot casserole, but I didn't have any this night, so we just ate it like it was. And it was still good, but the sour cream gives it a little bit, of course, of a creaminess to it. But this was still delicious, and I just topped mine this evening with a little bit of the fresh green onions. And it was just so good. So if you all give this a try, or if you've ever had it, let me know how you all make yours, or if you are interested in making this one. It is so simple. Literally, that's all the ingredients you have to have, and you basically just put it all together. So it's a one casserole dish besides the pan for the meat. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this meal, and yeah, let's go see what we have for the next one, shall we?
Dancing through the last days of September, when the autumn leaves are playing.
Okay, so the next two recipes that you're going to see are in different videos for this week because I had two separate collabs. So this was the cookbook collab with Tamara over at SouthernWife, Everyday Life. If you are interested in that video or ingredients, I will have it linked below. But this dish was phenomenal. That chicken was so juicy and tender that it was crazy. It was so good. It was definitely a hit, and we didn't have any leftovers this night. So if that tells you anything. So if you're interested in something new, definitely give this one a try. I will have it linked in my description box below.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September.
And last but not least for this week, I made a big old pot of chili, and this was for the Fall Foods Friday collab with Falon over at Moss Family TV. So if you are interested in seeing how I make my chili, like I said in previous, I will have it linked below in my description box. It is pretty much a simple recipe, but we really like a lot of beans in ours. I know some people don't, but that's the great thing about recipes. They're always interchangeable, and you know, make it your own. However you like it for your family, that's how y'all need to make it. But this is how we eat ours. And this evening, for this particular recipe, I just wanted to go ahead and have a peanut butter and honey sandwich with mine. Most generally, we either make a cornbread or I eat it with, you know, cheese, sour cream, and some saltine crackers. But I wanted a little bit of, you know, the sweet with the savory and salty. So that's why I went ahead and made my peanut butter and honey sandwiches. My husband actually had his with saltine crackers, of course, and some hot sauce. But this night, this is how we wanted it, so that's how I just went ahead and made it. But if you're interested in seeing this video, like I said, for the Crisp Valley chicken and this chili recipe, I will have both of those video links in the description box below. And once you click on them, if you want some more inspiration of different meals, there's a collab playlist in my description box for both of those. But anyways, y'all, I really hope you all enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. I know it was a little bit different, but when you film a lot, you kind of have to combine everything. But anyways, I still wanted to go ahead and give y'all some, you know, dinner ideas and inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. It helps my channel tremendously, and I just really appreciate y'all coming back for another What's for Dinner. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all are the best.
I wonder where they're going. The flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high.
Thank you all so much for your support, and I hope to see y'all in the next What's for Dinner. But until then, y'all, God bless. Bye.